Be ready. 5 seconds. Start.
The right to education has been recognized as a human right in a number of international conventions, including the International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights, which recognizes a right to free compulsory primary education for all, an obligation to develop secondary education accessible to all on particular by the progressive introduction of free secondary education, as well as an obligation to develop equitable access to higher education, ideally by the progressive introduction of free higher education. Today, almost 75 million children across the world are prevented from going to school each day. As of 2015, 164 states were parties to the covenant. The right to education has been reaffirmed in the 1960 UNESCO Convention Against Discrimination in Education, the 1981 Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, the 2006 Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, and the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. In Europe, before the Enlightenment of the 18th and 19th century, education was the responsibility of parents and the church. With the French and American Revolution, education was established also as a public function. It was thought that the state, by assuming a more active role in the sphere of education, could help to make education available and accessible to all. Education had thus far been primarily available to the upper social classes, and public education was perceived as a means of realizing egalitarian ideals underlining both revolutions. Education in all its forms, informal, non-formal, and formal, is crucial to ensure human dignity of all individuals. The aims of education, as set out in the International Human Rights Law (IHRL), are therefore all directed to the realization of the individual's rights and dignity. These include, among others, ensuring human dignity and the full and holistic development of the human personality, fostering physical and cognitive development, allowing for the acquisition of knowledge, skills, and talents, contributing to the realization of the full potential of the individual, enhancing self-esteem and increasing confidence, encouraging respect for human rights, shaping a person's sense of identity and affiliation with others, enabling socialization and meaningful interaction with others, enabling a person to shape the world around them, enables their participation in community life, contributing to a full and satisfying life within society, and empowering and allowing for the increased enjoyment of other human rights. The privatization of education can have a positive impact for some social groups in the form of increased availability of learning opportunities, greater parental choice, and a wider range of curricula. However, it can also have negative effects resulting from insufficient or inadequate monitoring and regulation by the public authorities, schools without license, hiring of untrained teachers, and absence of quality assurance, with potential risks for social cohesion and solidarity. Of particular concern, marginalized groups fail to enjoy the bulk of positive impacts and also bear the disproportionate burden of the negative impacts of privatization. Furthermore, uncontrolled fees demanded by private providers could undermine universal access to education. More generally, this could have a negative impact on the enjoyment of the right to a good quality education and on the realization of equal educational opportunities.